I want to talk about having fun today, and it's something that's been on my mind for quite a bit. So I'm really looking forward to like sharing and talking, and so yeah. So we'll see. So I'm very very happy that you're here. Let's go through the slides really quickly. Always stay connected. That's the greatest thing about what we have with social media now these days is we can be connected and we can get together on a Sunday evening like this. So stay connected. That's the key here. Let's get right into it. Fun in the French classroom. The reason I wanted to talk about this today was because of the fact that I love being on social media and having these conversations on Facebook, or on Twitter about deep pedagogical issues. And we get so wrapped up into so many really, really cool things right here on Shop Talk, even with great interviews that we have with amazing authors and movers and shakers in our industry and things like that. But I was just thinking, I've been thinking about this for a while now, and it's all kind of coming together for me. I think that we have lost a little bit about the art of fun in the French classroom, to the point where I'm getting a sense that some people actually consider it taboo. So I want to try to open this up. And then, like we do usually, we used to always do this. We used to always use the DJ Delph kit as an excuse to bounce things off and to tear things apart and to talk about things. We're going to use this new product here called the French Playground Missions book, okay? And we're going to tear this apart instead, and we're going to talk about having fun. So I'm going to share with you this. So that's like a little advisory. There is a product introduction in here. We're going to use it as an excuse, as usual, to talk about fun in the classroom. Oh, thanks, Kelly. Kelly already has the book, which is fantastic. And the missions book is now actually available, so that's kind of interesting. So that's cool that you got it. And Trina as well, that's great. So here's the questions that I was thinking about. First of all, is the French classroom any place for fun? So please start to type in your opinions about this. Okay, I'm seeing a couple we's. We're going to talk about this, okay? Is the French classroom any place for fun? Okay. Carmel writes, we. The problem is getting to everything appropriately as well. Okay, so more than just games. I love that. So I was definitely thinking about that as well. And then also appropriately too, because of the fact that here's one great thing about social media is we're sharing files, we're sharing videos and films and like movies and TV episodes and all these things. But I don't know how many times I've seen people go, no, don't show that to your kids. It's inappropriate. And one person's appropriate is different than another person's appropriate, right? So I was thinking about that level as well. So that's fantastic. I'm glad you said that. But I want you to think too of the fact that everybody's saying yes, it's okay to have fun in the French classroom. But look at the people who are saying it. Okay, I've been blessed enough to get to know some of you over the years as you've been here on Shop Talk, or I've met you in person, and you really are the rock stars of this profession. You are the people who give. You're the ones that seem to show a super passion for the profession. I'm not sure if all teachers across the board are going to say yes. In fact, I believe that some people are convinced that having fun doesn't have a place in the French classroom. I've really honestly become to believe that. So let's look at some comments here. And Carmel adds, conversation that is meaningful and real world based, which can be fun, but it is hard to do with the level of depth and breadth and the curriculum seems to require. Okay, so there is the whole fear of the curriculum police. Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to throw at you though. If you are doing everything by the book, and yet there just seems to be a lack of joy in the classroom, is that possible? Is it possible to be doing everything right by the letter of the law as a teacher, and yet there still be no heartbeat in the classroom? Is that possible? Type we know. What do you think about that? There's another issue that needs to be brought up. It is easy to say, you must do this, you must do X, Y, and Z in your French classroom. It is easy for me to point the finger, just like I am right now, pointing the finger at the camera, boom. It's easy for me to tell you what to do in your classroom, or for you to tell me what I should be doing in my classroom. Easy to say. But do we really know each other's situations? Have you ever had a workload like, say, Margaret does, or like some other teachers do, where they're teaching 360 students? Okay. Or have you ever taught in inner city schools like I have? So it's easy for maybe an outsider to say to me, well, I don't care if you're teaching gangbangers. I don't care if you're teaching kids who come from broken homes and stuff like that. You better be doing it X, Y, and Z. I see so much of that now. I see so much hammering on these things that this is where I started to think about, oh my gosh, I think some of us forgot about fun. And yes, you can have fun and make it effective. I love some of these comments here. So if you're missing some of these comments, so let's see. Margaret says, well, there's so many things here. So Carmel says, the problem can be a lack of resources that meet both at the same time, right? But we try. You're right. We all try to meet that combination thereof, right? Margaret says a couple of years ago I had two grade 5, two grade 6s, and the same lesson didn't always work with both classes when I was doing both. Exactly, the ebbs and flows and the differences of the classrooms. Thank you. Situations change from school to school, class to class, day to day, says Andrea. And you have to have the confidence to break away and have fun. Absolutely. I love that. That was really well said. All right, let's go to the second question. With a push for no grammar and authenticity, is there room for fun? So here we go. Carmel brings up a good point. Okay, so without our own space in which to do so, that is complicating, exhausting factor as well. That makes it harder to have fun. It takes resources and materials and energy. And the parameters under which we could work make that hard. Carting things around from classroom to classroom can make things very. So we're getting a lot of affirmatives on this question. And it actually talks about how there's some classes where you can have fun, and then others where it just seems that if you give too much, they take away, run a mile too. So is that, you know what I mean? And it seems that chaos ensues. Exactly. Good point. Next question. Now think about this, because I think about this often. And if you're a fan of Étienne and if you actually read some of the lyrics that are in Étienne songs, this is really funny. This is a conversation I had with last week with the teacher. It was kind of cool. And it became about because I don't know if you've been seeing these posters that we've been posting about this idea of making posters based on Étienne songs. But we're talking about the lyrics of Étienne songs. And a lot of people are familiar with the choruses. But if you ever analyze the verses to the lyrics, they are hyper positive. They're all about self-esteem, all about championing the students. Where you might know from Mon Mamé, like, you'll know the Mon Mamé, ton tate sont assez, vous voyez. You might know that. But then check out the verses and your mind will be blown as you're going, whoa, hey, that's cool. That's a very positive message, right? Emotional intelligences. So there is a big new trend and a big push in education about caring for the emotional side of our students. So with this, should we care about a student's emotional well-being? What do you feel about that? What does that have to do with teaching? You tell me, you type in the chat box, you grab your microphone, activate your microphone, do what you need to do, and let me know, what do you feel about this whole idea of caring for the emotional well-being of the students in our class? A natural reaction right now is to say, wait a minute, what about the teacher's well-being? Absolutely. We have discussed that many times on Shop Talk, and I'm open to always talking about that. I'm here for us, right? And you're here for us. We're all here for us. We're on the same team. But about the students. So let's see what you have here. This is going to be so hard to keep up. These great comments. I'm going to have to copy these and maybe make them available if you want them. So Margaret talks about the baggage. Yep, absolutely. Students were struggling for reasons that we don't even know, adds Jessica. Glenn just quite simply nails it on the head. Happy students results in happy learners who put forth a good effort. Right. So Carmel's saying about how it's part of our competencies of professional practice. Absolutely. Yeah. If the child is not in the right place, that can really change a class dynamic too. That's a good point. That's awesome. Okay. Wow. Okay. I know it's supposed to be a little fun, and it sounds like, yeah, but you're getting heavy. I'm not trying to get heavy here, okay? I'm being very, very serious, okay? So I hope you understand where I'm going with this, but let's go to the next question. When did the word play become such an evil one? Maybe you don't think it is, but I encourage you to read some of the posts and threads that are across Facebook and Twitter of people talking about pedagogy and things like that. And you literally find other teachers arguing with other teachers. It almost sounds like they're berating each other. And it's really scares me sometimes. So what do you think about this question? This is a good point. I don't know if it's necessarily been told that anybody said it was evil. Okay. More than it's been a forgotten word, in my opinion, from what I see out there. Just take a program. Okay, if you don't believe me, take a program from, say, in 1995, 2005, 2015, and now 2018, from any of your favorite conferences, whether they're superb conferences like ACTFL in the United States or OMLTA that we have in our home province of Ontario, or small district ones or wherever. I challenge you to open up the conference thing and look through the workshops and sessions that are there. You'd be interested, I believe, in seeing the change in the trends. And right now, I think that our field has gotten more serious than ever. And I don't know if it's translating to a lot of what people are hoping. That's what I'm just going to say. Margaret says, some of the best workshops I learned at are the fun ones. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. Some teachers, not French, think that my students aren't learning and we're just playing. Ah, haha. Andrea, shame. That's shame on you. There are teachers that are literally shamed into not having fun. Anybody agree with that? I've seen it. I've seen it personally. I've never allowed people to do that to me, but I've seen it and I felt that same pressure. Andrew, that was awesome. Wow. Absolutely. There's so many opportunities through games and activities that are fun. Number 5. Can fun in the French classroom help improve proficiency levels? I think there was people already touching on this. So Kelly said, yes, and if you look at FDK, it is all play-based. What is FDK? Just let me know and everybody know. Full day kindergarten. Ooh, good point. And don't tell me there's not any learning through that play, because there's a lot. So much so that, and I brought this up before on Shop Talk, so much so that, believe me, if you're not near kindergarten teachers, talk to some. There are many of them that will tell you that they can predict the kids' futures after kindergarten. And they can tell you exactly which one is going to be a doctor, a lawyer, athlete, teacher, preacher, entrepreneur. Honestly, it's so interesting. And I bet you if they kept a log and a diary over their 20, 30, 40-year career, that you'd be very surprised to see that they are right in a high majority of cases. Just reminds us that because students are more likely to connect to the material and remember it when they're having fun. Absolutely. I'm sorry, but that was my situation in school. I only remember the times when I was actually having fun, when there was joy. They also don't like having to walk back into class after the kids are wound up. Oh, right. So there are homeroom teachers or other teachers who don't like it when a French teacher, per se, creates an environment of fun, joy, enthusiasm, because the teachers that follow feel that they need to somehow follow, and they feel that they can't. That's sad. And that's, in my opinion, that sounds like more of a reflection on their, it's more an issue of them. It's a them problem, not a me problem. Does that make sense? That's a you problem, not a me problem. Here we go. Can we just test some of this fun theory out? Doing things that are fun, and let's just see how this goes. Is everybody in with this? Can we use, like we always use, the DJ Delph kit? We need to get back to the DJ Delph kit. I know I've been getting a lot of flack from people. We can get back to the DJ Delph kit, I promise. But this is, if you're a DJ Delph kit user, this is booster pack number 17. Okay, available to you. It's fantastic, all right, at a steep discount because we just wanted to get into your hands. But anyways, can we use this as an excuse to experiment this idea of having fun, and then let's tear things apart? And yes, I'm getting some wheeze. So what I'm going to do is ask you if you can see this. Here's the idea, okay? The idea is a combination of a million different things, all right? So this book is like over 100 pages, but essentially there's 40 missions here, 40 missions. And here's how it works. They're broken up into 4 different ones. And the idea is very much like the Amazing Race, okay? We want to inject enthusiasm, an idea of a challenge, the idea of here's something, see if you can do it, because I want to be able to tell you how amazing I think you are, okay? Students want to be encouraged. Students want to be told that they're valuable, okay? And they don't mind a challenge. So here's the challenges that you see. First of all, there's the 50-point missions. If you're familiar with these ones that were on the French playground before, that's what these are about. So the 50-point missions are the ones that students will do themselves, and I can't wait to show you this if you haven't seen this because, well, I'll explain why. So their ones they do by themselves. The next one, a 100-point mission, is going to be obviously a bigger challenge. And these are missions that can be completed individually. You'll see the instructions that are there. And I think they can work with a partner sometimes with this as well. And you're going to see, I'm going to show you, there's like a scale and a rubric that goes with it, okay? So 100-point missions are a step up. We'll show you those, all right. 500-point missions now are ones that are done with partner or partners, okay? So we're trying to just build and do things together, which is very important, but on a smaller scale with these 500-point missions. Again, I'll show you the stamp, the mission sheet, and the rubrics too. And 1,000-point missions are the fun ones that you do together as a class. We're going to tackle some of these together today, okay? You see they're all done by page. I don't know if you can see that in the faded in the background is the 50 points. There's 500, 100 is down here, and 1,000 is down here. So you can sort of read through what the missions are going to be. This is a no-level type thing, depending on what mission you choose to, mind you. Let me throw that out there, okay? But on the whole, it's basically all bets are off as far as levels and grades are going, because it's basically a challenge to do things in French, okay? Whether it's going to take them a little bit longer because they're more beginners, or they're going to do it really quickly because they're experienced, that's where you're going to see a difference. So you give them this sheet, and basically it is a mission collection sheet. So when they finish a mission, you can stamp it, or you can autograph it. You can put a little sticker on it or whatever. Actually, Carmel, that's a great question about, what's good for what level or whatever. This is completely non-prescriptive. So you will be able to look at it at the different ones, like when you go up to the menu at the top that I just showed there, and you can determine that for yourself, absolutely. Even when we did the DJ Delph kit, you're welcome. It was the same thing. We didn't like to be prescriptive, but we did put it in there for those that needed it. Not in this case. Okay, so everybody gets this. This is basically, they can keep track. I've completed this mission. That's awesome. But what happens when they complete a mission? What do? Well, they're going to hand it to you. And you can use this, and you can ask for this in Word. So you can change these around. This is the rubric, okay? Rubrics are fantastic because then you can circle, give the students an idea. So the 50-point missions is going to be up to 50 points. And I have never been a fan of rubrics that don't have an R rating or a F rating or a below what I really wanted from you rating. I don't know how you feel about that. You could type that in the chat box. You can disagree with me. That is absolutely fine, because I sort of understand the idea behind it. But I do believe students can produce work that is subpar to the point where it just needs to be redone. How do you feel about that? Go ahead in the chat box. You can attack me. That's fine. And so this rubric has it. If you don't like it, then you absolutely either A, never assign a mark that's below 50%, or you simply white that out. So there was the 50.1. Here's the 100.1, and you'll see the language is different because the challenges are different. So really, there's nothing to really concentrate too hard on right now. And then here are the big ones. These are the class ones that we do together. And I love the conversations that are happening right now about, can students really fail, yes or no? Thank you. That's awesome. We need to have those conversations. The 15-point missions are basically this. Basically, they're going to watch some sort of music video or video, okay? And the students are required to actually identify, draw a minimum of 15 words or expressions that are found. They're going to tier from the video and fill that on. So it's a graffiti exercise. So this is a research-based, proven activity called a graffiti exercise. But people, this is why I'm so excited. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. This here, what you're staring at, is very similar to what French teachers did in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where before students had to start a unit, French teachers and teachers in other subject areas required their teachers to make what? I'll give you a hint if you're not following me, because I'm not being very clear, so I apologize. Yes, thank you. Bam, exactly. Title pages. And then what happened was, as the late 80s came into being, and then the 90s came in, people, absolutely, Linda, yeah, people are going, yeah, I remember that, I remember that, I remember that. And Mark is going, I haven't even heard of the word title pages in years, and stuff like that. But listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. The reason I'm bringing this up is, of course, this is not a title page, because saying title page is the same thing as saying having fun in class. It's not allowed, okay? It's not allowed. But what I want to do is I want to point out to you something here. So title pages became banned across the globe because they were seen as a colossal waste of time, and something that, oh, teachers just assign a title page for 3 weeks. That way, all the kids are busy. No, I am going to go out on a limb here, and we have no teachers that are old enough that can back this up. But I'm going to tell you, I can promise you, when title pages were first invented as an idea to assign to students, I can guarantee you, I feel it with my heart, that this is exactly what they had in mind. But they didn't know about graffiti exercises and the research-based proven activity that is today. The idea of researching something and then producing a work of art or a collage or a complete work of showing knowledge before actually delving into a topic area. Is it possible? Is there somebody out there that believes with me that it is possible that it was actually used as a diagnostic tool, as Carmel says? Love, thank you for bringing that up. I'm saying that the teachers of the past might not be so off the rockers like your teachers, college teachers, been trying to convince you, or your superiors, or your older teachers, or whatever you've been lied to about. You might have had actually some really good teachers in your past, my friends. And things that you maybe not understand, and they weren't able to put a thumb on the word that was necessary to pass some kind of pedagogical test. They didn't have that word at hand, but they knew what they were doing was good for the students. Okay? So I just want to throw that out there. So I'm saying peace and love to the teachers of the past. Hopefully the teachers of the future will say that to us one day, Hey, those teachers, man, those teachers that got together on Shop Talk and made those cool documents and did all those things, I think maybe they were onto something. I hope they say that about us. Do you think they'll say that about us? Do you think they'll read our classroom management document that we created, or the Skittles activity, or Do you think they're going to do that about us someday? I don't know. It's okay if they don't. But what I'm saying is I think one thing we share with the teachers of the past is the same passion to reach students. So, okay. So they'll watch a video, obviously, and they'll come up with this. And it might accidentally be fun as well. Oops. Oops, I did it again. Right. Very good, Holly. This is awesome. So there are a myriad of different ones that they're going to do. And so if there's anything related with something that you're about to cover, or say there's a book you're doing or whatever, I don't know, and it's about school-based, then pull out this one, à l'école. If you're about to do a study on, I don't know, the doctor's office in medicine, you want to start with les parties du corps as a backup, then go ahead and do this one. There's some pretty updated videos there for you that the links are just right there. But more importantly, you can, of course, use the same idea and use the same, you can change the mission number and make up your own thing and use the same rubric and use the same tracking sheet as you have right in front of you there. You don't even have to get the book. I'm saying you can follow this idea because it actually works. It's cool to see students going, yeah, I can do this, boom, boom, research, heads down, boom, working. And another thing that's supposedly dead is multiple intelligences. Multiple intelligences are supposed to be dead. They don't exist. Whoever made them up, they were idiots. And yet, in front of me, when I teach students, I see students who are more apt towards art, more apt towards listening things, more apt towards physical things. And I'm thinking, wow, multiple intelligences was a lie? I guess I still believe the lie. I know I'm hardcore here on Shop Talk, eh? Yeah, that's right. I tell it like I feel, and I'm just me, your grizzled old colleague. That's all I am. I'm not a magician. I got my opinions. Maybe we don't share the same views. That's okay. But I never make up one just to get you riled up, I promise you. Okay. Oh yeah, you'll notice here, and this is the reason why the book is thick. It is available. The instructions sheet is available in English or French. I do not use English in my classroom, but I teach French immersion, so there's no English anywhere. It is punishable by death. So I'm just kidding. We're recording this, so I'll have to edit that. But anyways, yeah, but in some cases it is actually needed, and so it is there for you. So just so you know. Okay, next. So do you get the idea? And these videos are the updated videos. So if you use ExpressLab, for example, and you see these cool new videos that were uploaded on premium content, they're related to those. So you'll love these videos. All right. Okay, cool. Me too. I'm starting ExpressLab with my 9s hopefully this week. I'm hoping. My student teacher coming in. So I think that's a good way to encourage my student teacher is by getting them involved with that. So. Okay, let's go through this. It even has Pourquoi Take French. By the way, what do you think of the hat, people? What do you think of the hat? Étienne signature series. All right. So if you go to the new website, there's a new section called wearables. And I went ahead and I ordered this because I wanted to see how fast it would come because it comes from the United States. And it came with like less than 2 weeks. So it was pretty good. I loved it because I ordered it on a Monday. So it came the following week, but that was pretty cool. Yeah. All right, cool. Anyways, so Pourquoi Take French is there. All right, next. Now, some of you have seen this because you've seen so you see Les Couleurs, and not a lot, but some of the themes are actually doubled in the 50-point mission, 100-point mission, 500-point mission, 1,000-point mission. So it's that whole idea of scaffolding, which a lot of you people know that I'm a freak about scaffolding. I love me some scaffolding. Okay. All right. I'm just going through all these here. So transportation, Le Monstre sous mon lit. I love that one. It's got the new video for it, so that's awesome. Okay, here we go. 100-point missions. Are you ready? Okay, let's try some of these together, okay? Because these are ones that the students will do by themselves. But they can do it with a partner too. But these ones, they're challenges mostly by themselves. But anyways, so you are the star of the day, okay? Your challenge this time is to memorize, film yourself singing the chorus to the song Avoir deux. And if, okay, little secret. Part of this whole fun thing, that this kick that I'm now on currently, and now admitting publicly, I'm going open about this whole fun thing, is because the concerts that we've been doing on this tour right now have literally been the best concerts that I have experienced in my 25 years. And you realize, right, that I've been blessed and I've toured all over the world, right, to pack like not stadiums, sorry, but arenas, right, with thousands and thousands and thousands of kids, or theaters with thousands and thousands of kids. Like, and these shows are amazing. We've got 4 people on stage at the same time, and it is just so much fun. So I'm realizing that fun is legal, even in 2018, because I'm seeing it. And if you see the pictures that people are posting from these concerts and the looks on the kids' faces, wow. Okay. I thank God. It's just amazing, right? All right. So talking about singing in concerts and stars, can your students sing like Justin Bieber? Let's take advantage of the fact that Justin Bieber is a big Étienne fan. Let's show the students the clip of Justin Bieber singing the song Avoir deux. G-A-I-T-U-R-A-S, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, O-N-T. Okay? If they sing it good enough, they actually win Selena Gomez. It's part of the package when you get the book, which is fantastic. That's not true. That's not true at all. You can't win a human being. Okay? You can win their heart. And as much as probably lots of people would love to win Selena Gomez's heart, it is not available through this package. However, what you can do is win the heart of your French teacher by singing this 5 times in a row, no time limit, but you have to actually get down and go G-A-I-T-U-R-S, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, il et elle, O-N-T, G-A-I-T-U-R-S. Yes. Now, you wouldn't think no. Do you think that we created this mission just so that the verb avoir would be burned into their heads forever? I mean, that would be coercive. That would be possibly criminal, pedagogically criminal. So don't look at it that way. Look at it as an opportunity to actually engage with a famous rock star. Oh, and Justin Bieber too. And that was funny. That was the funniest thing I said today. Thank you, Trina. Thank you. Okay. But seriously, folks, right? And they get to do that challenge. So you like that? Yeah. Yeah. So humble. Okay. Okay, here we go. Next challenge. Because I want us to do this together. This is the one that a lot of people have seen already on social media. Okay. So, is there anybody who's willing to activate their mic and please show us how this is done? If not, I'll have to do it. But cute, Carmel. All right. Go across this way. And your challenge, my friends, is you read the color and not the word. And it has to be done in under 30 seconds. So you have to read this whole thing in under 30 seconds. Left to right, row down, 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 row by row. Anybody willing to try it? Let me see. I can send you an invitation.
Voilà.
Hey, bonjour mon ami. Bonjour mon ami.
Salut, monsieur.
Hey.
OK, je vais essayer.
OK, les couleurs, pas le mot là, OK? Pas le mot, pas qu'un rouge. Il faut pas lire le mot rouge. Il faut lire la couleur elle-même.
OK, donc je dis bleu.
Ouais, c'est ça.
OK. Bleu, jaune. Oh, pardon, tu veux commencer la minuterie?
OK, oui.
Ça va?
Et...
Parce qu'il faut le faire dans 30 secondes, non?
Ouais, ça c'est la règle. OK?
OK.
Okay.
J'essaierai à mon mieux, monsieur.
Non, okay. Ben, ça va. OK. Et commencez.
OK. Bleu, jaune, vert, orange, blanc, rouge, gris, rose, rouge, bleu, vert, bleu, brun, blanc, c'est difficile, gris, violet,
Ouais.
noir, jaune, orange, vert, jaune, vert, gris, bleu, brun, noir,
Ouais.
jaune, rouge, gris, rose, noir, blanche,
OK, OK.
brun. Ça, c'est difficile.
Ouais, c'est déjà 30 secondes. Mais ça, c'est
Oui,
fantastique.
merci.
Sans
Je trouve.
erreur. Sans erreur.
Ben, j'ai pas fini.
Ben, je sais, je sais. Ben, quand même, c'était fantastique. C'était fantastique.
Merci bien.
Ouais, non, 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 c'est ça, exactement. Alors, imaginez le fun. It is hard to do, Kelly. Exactement, c'est ça. So, imagine the fun as the students gather around to try to do this either individually or as a groups, right? It's right in the book. What page? I don't know what page it is, but so let me just pull it up here so you can see it. Okay, yeah. Boom. So right there in full color. And trying to handle this thing is just basically a lot of fun. I want you to keep in mind that we're talking about this idea of having fun. And think of the questions that we asked before. Is it okay to have fun? All right. What we need to understand here is, again, for the students who bring in the baggage, we talked about caring for them emotionally and that being part of actually our job description. And now that's one of the hottest trends, right? And so if your students are having fun, okay, believe me, from my 25-year experience, I'm telling you, from Margaret's 26, from Kelly's 24 years experience, from Ashley's, or Andrea said 16 years experience, you're going to see awesomeness coming out of having fun. All right. What do you guys think about this one? Let me know if you like this one, and then we'll go on to the next one. So I'm staring at the chat box, which apparently I've been missing a lot of comments. Sorry. So let's see. Yes, thank you. Okay, Carmel, you noticed. Whoever the devious mind, the incredibly devious mind that created this, actually made some of the colors the right answer, and which throws you right off. So absolutely. Yes, I'm afraid that was done on purposely. Yes. On purpose, yes. Challenging and fun, and that's what we want, right? And relative, and you can't say that colors are unimportant because colors are very much important. They surround us. They are adjectives. They are des mots descriptifs, right? They are the describing words of our lives. All right, this one you will find a lot easier. So if you want, if somebody else would like to try this, basically you're just going to read the numbers 1 to 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ben, problème, c'est que il y en a quelques cochons qui bloquent, okay? Qui bloquent quelques numéros. Alors, la chose à faire, c'est de dire le mot cochon au lieu de dire le numéro. Par exemple, 1, 2, 3 cochons. 1, 2, 3 cochons. 5, 6, 7 cochons. 9, 10, 11 cochons. Sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? Does anybody want to give it a shot? Thank you, Kelly.
OK, est-ce qu'on est prêt?
Oui, absolument.
OK. 1, 2, 3 cochons, 5, 6, 7 cochons, 9, 10, 11 cochons, 13, 14, 15 cochons, 17, 18, 19 cochons, 21 cochons, 23, 24, 25 cochons, 27, 28 cochons, 30, 31 cochons, 33, 34, 35 cochons, 37, 38, 39 cochons, 41 cochons, 43, 44 cochons, 46, 47 cochons, 49, 50.
Parfait, absolument. Yeah, and you did.
Yay!
Ouais, ouais, absolument, c'est parfait, oui, c'est ça. Okay, super. Now, these are French Playground missions, so I do want to remind you that we can do these things live. My students and your students can do this together just for giggles, just for fun, okay? And like I said, that one teacher, Monsieur Pei, he's fantastic. So he stays on for like almost an hour. And so you can ask him to play these things because he's really good at that as well. So yeah, Kelly, I love your accent too. That's awesome. So what do you think about that? So we had colors and now we have numbers. So we're totally left field, a whole different idea. Do we like this? Let me know if you approve of it. That's how we do on the Shop Talk. If you've never been on Shop Talk, that's how we do. We approve things, get 3 people to say we, and then we move on. And some people say we just so that I'll move on, actually. I know that, by the way, in case you didn't think I knew that. I know that, all right? So don't even go there. Okay, next. Oh, yes, Andrea, absolutely. Last few minutes of class. Okay, so the first few minutes of class, the last few minutes of class, so an enjouement for the beginning of the class when they're walking in, or for a denouement, all right, as they're leaving. So centers would be maybe perhaps one suggestion I'm trying to make here. It's great for what? For homework. Yes, absolutely. Perfect for homework, to send off with students to practice it so that when they come back, they can deliver and they can get that stamp or that autograph of you or whatever it is to mark off that particular crest on their mission sheet to say that they've accomplished that one. It's a great feeling of accomplishment when you accomplish things. That's why it's called accomplishing things. Yes, I know, very deep. But anyways, okay. So centers, homework, in-class stuff. What are some other times of the school year? I'm guilty, I do this. June, supply teacher. Who said that? Who's my future colleague of the century? Kelly, thank you. That is awesome. Okay, half days, after the break, snow days. Look at these suggestions. These are done for you. You do nothing. They're done for you. Anyways, so yes, absolutely. March break, June, September when you're starting and you just want things. When they're done their work, right? That's why I mentioned the tactogram thing, so you could stick it in their hands and they could do something. You know what I mean? Yes. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Okay. So I love this one here. And this was a popular mission when this was up on the French playground itself. And you might have seen some of the cool videos that teachers submitted of their students. But basically what this is students have to take this sheet, and they could do this without practice, or they can practice it by writing this out, or they can write out later what the conversation was. But they have to go home, and a lot of our students do not have a French-speaking person at home. They're the only ones. And so they have to strike up a French conversation that lasts roughly 30 seconds. It's okay how long it really lasts. But a spontaneous conversation in French. And they kind of film it. So there's been some really good examples on the French playground. I should try to dig up the video to be able to show you. Really simply, the one I remember is this one boy who had his dad do it. And his dad doesn't speak French, but my gosh, he gave it an A effort. And it was fantastic to see them engaging in French. How powerful is that? Now, so you like this idea. And I'm glad you like this idea, because this is a really neat homework assignment. And it also allows you to create a bridge between you and the parents as well. Now, some of you are going to go, there's no way I'm doing this because the parents are going to kill me. And that's fine. I don't want you to agitate your parents. But if you're in a situation where this could actually be a helper, then please use it. It's done for you. That's what I'm saying. Okay? If you make this optional, then there's no flack to be received. Oh, you don't get the last task. Thank you. Okay, so this task here, they basically go home and they have to strike up basically a 30-second conversation with a member of their family. And they have to record it, whether on, say, their cell phone, most likely. Okay? So Holly said she ordered it. We have the brand new website, and I can take you to that. That would be kind of rude if I didn't do that. So this is the brand new website for those who haven't seen it. And you can even type in, just in the search box, you can put missions or missions, mission or missions, and it'll show up. And you can get it in 3 forms. I would suggest just getting the download because it's fast. And so, like Holly says, she just ordered it. You can feel free to copy Glenn's link, and I'm going to open it up right now, and use the whole amazing race idea. I love it. That's awesome. So I'm going to flash forward to the very last one, and here it is. Alphabet math. This takes a little bit of concentration, so I would recommend it for older students. Basically, it says, start with any card, but let's start with the G one here. A student begins by reading the letter on the top, and then reads the bottom. So they start by reading G. Then they read the equation on the bottom. G plus 10. Okay, so it's going to be G plus 10. So either they do it in their head, Or they use this chart. You're allowed to give them this chart. And there's all the vocab plus, et, ou moins, divisé par, multiplié par, égal, font, choses comme ça. Là. Okay? Now, G added by 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's the letter Q, which you can see is right here. When students hear the equation, you have to understand only one student has this card where they'll read G or G plus 10, okay? The whole entire class has to do the equation. G plus 10, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, 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 Q. Then they look down on their cards on their desk. If one of their cards has the letter Q on the top, that's their cue to read their card and say Q, Q, moins 5. Now the moins ones are absolutely pénible, okay? But hey, too bad, my friend. So you can see why this is a level 1000.1 because you're using letters and numbers and math. Right. So this math version, Linda, is absolutely fantastic. It is even a challenge for my grade 10 French immersion students. There's no doubt. It's going to be a challenge for French teachers. So it's going to take some time. That's why there's no time limit on this activity. So this is great because most people are used to these cards. They can play with any type of vocabulary, absolutely. And most people are used to this with all numbers, the digits. I like this version because it has the spelled words and the numbers, and I think that's very powerful. So actually, basically how it's going to go, basically if you start with this card right here, the first student will go j'ai deux, ou est, or j'ai, or qui a, qui a cinq. So I have 2, where's 5? And only the person with the written number 5 will pipe up and say, j'ai 5, qui a 9? And then somebody will say, well, I've had enough, but I also have 9. Did you like that joke? It's really punny. So Ashley, do you get how that's played then? And then you can start at any number. And when the suite of 40 cards are done, because once a kid reads a card, they flip it over. They flip it over so that it's on its back or whatever, it's on its front or whatever. And then you'll know when all 40 cards or 35 or however many there are in the actual set are read. And basically, whatever number you start with is what you end with. And that's how you know that it's done. Oh, yes. But Ashley, wait till you see next week. This game and the versions that are in here for the missions are going to blow your mind. Because look at that math one. Look at that alphabet math one. How beautiful was that? Okay, we talk about things that are pedagogically sexy here on Shop Talk. And that one was extremely pedagogically sexy, right? So wait till you see the other ones. You're going to like them too. Okay. Good tip, Linda. You can go lower numbers, lower vocab for the younger kids, higher numbers, higher vocab for the older kids. All right. So I will let you go now. Have a great week. Merci.